Welcome to the Veganette and Kids.
Hey guys, today my mom will be making seitan steaks.
Hey, so today for these seitan steaks, I'm only going to need a few quick things. I'm going to use Vital Wheat gluten flour, black pepper, soy sauce, liquid smoke, pink Himalayan salt, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, paprika, tomato sauce, and also some garlic. So to get started with this, I'm going to get a few bowls. I'm going to get one bowl, which is going to be for the Vital Wheat gluten flour, and then I'm going to get another bowl for the wet ingredients that are going to be mixed with that flour. So here in this bowl, you'll see I've already added the tomato sauce. I'm going to go in and I'm going to add soy sauce. You can use tamari if you prefer. I'm adding liquid smoke to this mixture. Also some garlic. I'm going to add some black pepper. Then I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder, paprika, the Himalayan pink salt, and also the red pepper flakes. So now that I have everything combined, I'm just going to stir it all around for a moment. I'm going to stir it for about a minute or two just to get everything nice and meshed together. So once I get this all stirred up, I'm going to take it over to the Vital Wheat gluten flour and I'm going to mix it together. So now here I'm adding my Vital Wheat gluten to a bowl. I'm adding about 1.5 cups. I did not measure this. If you would like to measure it, feel free to do so. I usually just eye it. And, you know, I typically just eye. I don't use a lot of measuring cups. But now you'll see I'm adding those wet ingredients to the flour. So what I'm going to do now is just start to stir it up. You can feel free to use a whisk if you're trying this meal. If a whisk works better for you, I decided to stick with a spoon, and I'm just stirring it all together. So I'm going to stir it for a few minutes just to get all of the ingredients to stick together so I can begin to create that dough. Now I am going in and adding about 1/2 cup of water. You don't want to oversaturate, so I usually do a little bit of water at a time, but that 1/2 cup I added was perfect. So I'm just stirring it around a little bit. It does not look tasty, but once you get it all together and season it or marinate it, it tastes so much better. But this is the result, how it looks once I begin to roll it up, and it does have a spongy-like texture to it. So now I'm taking that, I rolled it up, I'm cutting it in 2, but I'm going to take those 2 pieces there and cut them in half again to make 4. This is how it's going to look once you got your 4. All I do is get a rolling pin and I roll it out. I don't go for perfection. I just go to make it look like a steak. You can also cut this up more and make it into little chicken nuggets. But before we can even call it a steak or a wheat meat or a meatless meat, we need to get it cooked. So you can either boil this or steam it. Today I did decide to steam mine, throwing them all in the pan here, and I'm going to let them steam for about 45 minutes. Now also one quick note. Some people, once they steam it, they do marinate this longer. You can get a Ziploc bag or some type of container and get some additional soy sauce, steak sauce, whatever works best for you, and let it marinate. For this particular one, I decided not to because I'm not someone who really needs a lot of seasonings. But if you prefer, please do so. This is the final result. I've taken them off of the steamer, and now I'm going to get ready to fry them up on the pan. So here you'll see I have the seitans cooking. This takes about 10 minutes. I usually let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. You do have to be careful not to overcook them. Now for this meal, I'm only doing 4 because my family is not really fond of the taste of seitan, because one thing about it is, although we are going for like that steak, or if you're doing it for chicken tenders, it does have a sponginess to it. So it is different, but this is going to be as close as it gets if you're looking for something that has like that steak-like feel. It looks like it. It has a close resemblance to it once you add your seasonings or your steak sauce, or even your vegan steak sauce if that's what you're using. So I only did a few because my family, you know, is not extremely fond of this meal. So I'm just flipping them over here. You can see you do have to keep a close eye on them. I just use a little bit of oil and also a little bit of vegan butter to fry these up. Now I did go in with that same oil and add a few potatoes. I just chopped some up and threw them up there so they can be a nice side dish for me with this. I just love steak and potatoes, so what better way to enjoy it than with seitan and potatoes. So this is the final result. I have drained my meatless meat, my seitan, my wheat meat, whatever you want to call it, and now I'm going to get ready to go ahead and put it on a plate. But I'm going to cut it really quickly so you can see how it looks on the inside. So there you go. Look, it looks really close to a steak. You can add oats to this, beans, whatever you want. But this is the final result. So please try this out and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear some feedback about it. Again, don't forget to marinate it if you want more seasoning. But this is the final result. Please subscribe if you like these type of videos and if you'd like to see more, especially if you are transitioning to becoming a vegan. So thank you so much for following. We will see you soon.